Hi, my name is Ellie Valencia and my metric number is 284248. So before we start presenting about revenue cycle of Santai Station, let's get to know about the restaurant background first. So Santai Station UUM is known as one of the restaurants in UUM that was established since February 2019. The business is mainly operates inside the Varsity Mall. Then Santai operates under the food and beverage concept and typically serves various types of foods and drinks. However, Santai Station mainly serves or provides Western foods, beverage, and mee curry as the main menu. So focusing on the goal of customer is our priority, the restaurant tries to serve dishes that fit the customer's sense of taste as the ingredients used are highly premium, yet the price is quite reasonable and affordable for the public.
We move to the business process and infographic collection. When the customer enter the restaurant, they will directly go to the counter and make order by survey the list of menu first, and they will tick the favorable choice. After that, the cashier will directly key in order and data will transfer it to Stock Hub system. Customer have choice whether to pay by cash or online. After the payment is made, the order transaction will directly go to the kitchen and chef will get notified about the order, and then warehouse department will check the material stock and release the order. First document involved is customer menu list. The list contains all menu customer can choose that consists of snacks, soup, western, mee curry and beverage. The second document shows the document will be received to the customer, which is receipt payment. The third document involved is warehouse and shipping department receipt contain number of tables, receipt date and quantity order of menu. The picture shows inventory department document that shows all of the inventory used by the business to the production.
Valencia and my metric number is 284248, and I will present about the table of entities and activities. So as we can see in the table, there are 5 entities, which is the customers, sales department, warehouse, shipping department and also stock hub system. The process begins when customer walk in, take the order sheet at the counter or just simply scan the QR code that will stick on the table. After placing their orders, they will then give the order sheet to the clerk at the counter. For customers who scan the QR code, their orders will be uploaded to the computer through the Stock Hub system, and the cashier or clerk in charge will receive the customer's order and proceed the billing through the system. Customer will be also given a receipt for their orders. Meanwhile, for customers who scan the QR code, the system will immediately proceed with the payment after order was placed. After the order was placed, the warehouse department will receive the customer's order through the system and print it out. Then they will check the inventory of raw material first and prepare for the orders. The cash received is direct link with the system, which will auto-update the inventory record, sales record, general ledger in the Stock Hub system. The owner of Santai will order the raw material from vendor or supplier on daily basis.
Greetings doctor and everyone. My name is Praveen, matrix number 273489. Here I am going to explain about this physical data flow diagram of Santai Station restaurant. As we can see, the physical data started from the customer itself when they are ordering the foods. This order will go to the food ordering department and straight away get into the warehouse where they cook the meal. This food ordering department also update the inventory details in inventory files as well as register the orders in the ordering file under Stock Hub system. Then, these two files will get by the reporting and generating department, as their duty is to analyze the details and hand over the report to the restaurant manager correctly. Based on the report, the manager ensures the available inventory in their restaurant and will hand over to the purchasing inventory department if any inventory needed. This purchasing inventory department will place an order of the inventories that needed for the restaurant to the supplier and will buy it. This diagram shows about the logical data flow. It is also same as physical data flow where it started from the customer. The customer need to order the food they preferred. Then this order will receive and transform as a customer food order by the clerk. The clerk passes the orders to warehouse to prepare the customer's preferred food. Here under this warehouse, it has been divided into 3 departments, which is food department, mee curry department and beverage department. The orders will get into the departments according to the type of the food the customer placed. Then, the clerk need to update the goods sold file as well as inventory file to produce management report. These 2 files will updated in stock hub system. Daily goods sold amount and inventory depletion are the information gathered in the management report. This report will hand over to the restaurant manager to review the current stock available and the sales had incurred in the restaurant.
Hi, I'm commenting. Metric number is 284287. Now let me continue document flow chart part. There are 2 parts of document flow chart. First is integrated sales order system and second is integrated cash receipt system. As you can see, our integrated sales order system is run by computer operation, which is stock hub. So when customer enter the shop and place the order, the cashier will key into the system and give the customer receipt after they done the payment. Later, the warehouse department will receive the customer order through the system and print out. Then they will check the inventory first before they prepare the order. The shipping department will have the copy of customer order also for checking the food after warehouse department done to prepare before sending to the customer. The stock hub will auto update the inventory record, sales record, and general ledger. In the integrated cash receipt system, the backup of payment will bring to here for reconciliation cash with registered tag and deposit slip. Later on, we'll copy 3 deposit slips and 2 will send to bank and 1 will attach with reconciliation form to keep in the file. In the stock hub system, it will directly update the cash receipt journal, general journal, and general voucher and will send to management. The controller office at the same time will perform reconciliation also.
Moving forward, we will learn about the strength of Santai internal control. The first one is authority to have account access control. In the account access control, the only authorized personnel have ability to access to the company asset to protect the asset. In Santai business, the manager is the person who have the authority over making direct access control. For the revenue cycle, the manager will keep all of the cash receipt record and important document in his personal space. Meanwhile, the cashier only oversees indirect access control, which means they will only record the cash receipt. The second one is effectiveness in recording cash receipt. Effectiveness cash receipt management require that all of receipt to be entered directly into the computer system, a pre-numbered receipt book or a handwriting log. This will aid business in effectively organizing, record keeping, and properly monitoring their cash flow. Based on the interview with the manager, he clarified that when the customer had made a payment, the cashier will record the transaction and the data will immediately be transferred to the stock hub system via a cash receipt. The system will then log every transaction and generate 2 copies of receipt, which is one will given to the buyer and the other one will keep for the business evidence. The last strength is the smoothness in recording raw materials. For internal control for inventory, especially raw materials, is essential for the smooth process of production. By recording raw material, company can keep in track the inventory to avoid shortage and overstock of material. The inventory control clerk is responsible for observing and recalculating daily raw materials. This is clear that the company effectively observe all of the material used and record day-to-day expense. When the record exists, the clerk able to double check the stock balance and ensure that the amount of material that needs to purchase does not exceed the cost.
Now let me continue the part of witness in this revenue cycle that we examine. The first one is lack of segregated of duty. The inventory control clerk and that the condition of inventory in stock hub as receiving the customer order and release the raw material to next person for preparing the food. So, the second one is lack of transaction authorization, validating the online banking payment and confirming that the customer is an authorized online banking user are both steps in the authorization procedure. The clerk must ensure that the payment was successfully transferred to the company. And the last one is the lack of supervision. This threat can be decreased by supervision, utilizing surveillance camera and short floor security personnel.
Good day everyone, my name is Shantini, my metric number is 27281. Here, we have detected few risk exposure of the internal control weakness of Santai station's UUM. There are three risk exposure that we have determined. Firstly, it is the risk of misappropriation of cash receipts and inventory. Secondly, risk of unauthorized access to accounting records and report. Third, risk of inaccurately recording transaction in journals and accounts. Here, the risk of misappropriation of cash, receipts and inventory creates high chances of fraud when one individual is given sole supervision of two conflicting jobs. This risk is decreased when multiple perform these duties, because at Santai Station UUM, the internal control clerk updates the condition of inventory and also prepares the food. Moreover, the risk of inaccurately recording transaction in journals and accounts happens because Santai Station UUM poorly maintains the online banking transfer services, because when the clerk or staffs they update the sales order, but the customers they don't have authorized banking user, so the payment will not be made. The risk of unauthorized access to accounting records and report in stock hub system, because the stock hub system puts both cash and inventory at risk. Additionally, employees have immediate access to inventory. Good day everyone, my name is Shantini, my metric number is 27281. Here, we have detected few risk exposure. The suggestions of internal control procedures are segregating duties, transaction authorization, and supervision. The segregation of duties are important because Santai Station UUM has to hire more workers to do the task according to their department, and the clerk of inventory stock hub, they can precisely maintain the inventory without having any issues, and they do their task according to what they need. Secondly, transaction authorization, they must make sure that the customer or users have authorized bank account before they make a payment. After they make a payment, there should be an evidence like a receipt to be shown to make sure that the payment has been made. Due to the insufficient employees, management must compensate for the lack of segregation control with close supervision, so that they need to put a surveillance camera in the restaurant. The suggestions of internal control procedures are segregating duties, transactions. The summary of weakness, risk and suggestions. Firstly, lack of segregate of duties. It is the risk of misappropriation of cash receipts and inventory, so that record keeping tasks should be separated, hiring more reliable employees in every department to reduce fraud and fasten the process of each department task accordingly. Secondly, lack of transaction authorization. The risk is risk of inaccurately recording transaction in journal and accounts. The presence of an extra remittance advice in the AR department should be taken place. Thirdly, lack of supervision. The risk is risk of unauthorized access to accounting records and reports. Source documents and accounting record need to be physically protected. Hard copy accounting records and department PCs that contain accounting information on hard drive should be kept in secure areas, and access to them should be restricted on a need-to-know basis. Most importantly, surveillance camera and shop floor security personnel should be used to control the threat and frauds done by employees.